unbelievable. I often, hear people, wonder how can I get, can I get like this insight to be a better person, a better human being. And this is one of the experiences that make me, my personal opinion, feel better. I'm a better person, different person, and I'm very grateful. I still try to find the right word to describe how I feel.
Well, we'll have you share that with the group a little bit. We created, I learned a new word this week, Frank, communitas. I'm owning that word now, communitas.
Yeah, that's a great word, right? I saw that you posted it in the group, and that's
chat.
exactly what your experience, right? That just high flow zone in a group, beehive mentality, and it's quite an extraordinary sensation when you hit communitas. It's intoxicating.
Yeah, I definitely did some research into that. I like that is exactly, it was group flow. That's exactly what we were in. Yeah. We became one, especially during the breath work.
Oh man, especially during that breath work.
Yeah.
Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for jumping on. Feel free to invite any teammates to jump on. I think Tom will kick this off in just a minute. And this is always recorded, being live streamed, and it will be put on YouTube as well.
JB, you invited the entire group, right?
From the impact journey, I put it on the WhatsApp group. Yes.
Okay, yeah, I saw that. So hopefully we have some other people that are not normally part of this call.
Yeah, we still got a bunch of people still coming in.
Good morning, sunshine. You look good, Tom.
Top of the morning.
And the rest of the day to you, my friend.
Your afternoon, aren't you, Curtis?
No, it's still 11 here. I'm in Mountain Time. Thanks for letting me into this cool meeting, guys.
Part of the crew now.
Last day of May, first day of your life.
Good to have you here, Curtis.
Thank you. We got some stuff working in Colorado for, there's some people on Jonathan Brunasso's crew, Bill Beinseel's on, like we got a follow-up today. The snow is finally gone until September, so we're ready to run in Colorado.
Hey, real quick, are you involved, or do you guys have a location for the Vegas this Saturday, Las Vegas, for Powur Day?
Not that I know of, man.
I don't think there's going to be one in Vegas for Powur Day.
Wow.
I'm moving there in a month or two, so we're going to do a lot of events.
I thought Jeff Martin was trying to put something together.
Brunasso's moving to Vegas. He's got a spot in Vegas now, so he's going to take over Vegas pretty soon. So,
there is one in Vegas that I responded to. I'm not sure if it had a location though. I want to say it was the name was Scott.
Scott Venezia.
Yeah, but something was put on, but yeah, I'd have to look at the info to find it.
They got it listed, but without a location. It's on the Powur Day.
What's the reason that you're standing up?
What's that?
All right, Jonathan, let's kick this off, and then I'll hand the baton to you for some announcements, and Rick and I can fill in as well here. Welcome, Powur Hitters and Solar Warrior Tribe and friends of the family. Today is the last day of May 31st. This is a big week. We have graduations. I know my 17-year-old daughter graduated from high school this week and had family that left about a half hour ago. This is the last week for our customer incentive. We have a ton of things going on this week that we're going to talk about here, but we've got a good sized group here. Thank you all for being on. Happy Tuesday to you. Jonathan Brunasso, you want to let us know some other things that are going on this week?
Absolutely. Good morning. Thanks, Tom. Welcome, everybody, especially our guests. Happy to have you on. Everyone is welcome. Like Tom said, we have a lot to share, a lot of exciting things going on moving into the summertime here pretty soon. But today, just for those of you that are new, we have our Seller Tuesday, 12 Pacific in powercalendar.com, just a normal training every Tuesday. Lots of trainings in Power Calendar. And if you're new here on Thursday, there's a new consultant training that you should take, the onboarding training. But as far as this week goes, I think we could talk about Power Day a little bit, Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys. So Power Day is in the chat here. It's a one-day event, and it's really across the country. You know, we have one in Los Angeles going on, Downey, California, but they're everywhere. They're in other states, other territories. Tom, where's yours at that you're doing?
Fresno, California at the Doubletree Hilton. So Bill Conley, myself, and some other leaders are going to be putting that on. And you've got a big one in, where's yours? Do you say Downey or Anaheim?
Yeah, Downey.
Downey.
We're doing in Downey. And I just put in the chat with y'all, I had some videos created. So Los Angeles, Downey, there's some videos here. But if you're not going to the Los Angeles or promoting that one, I did just get a generic video, hot off the presses here, a Power Day video, so everyone can promote it. Feel free to download that Power Day movie. You all know I'm big on social media. So download that video, post it all over social, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. That is a generic Power Day, June 4th, join us, call to action, right? So that I think everyone should be sharing that video today. So it's in the comments. Please check it out. And Power Day website here, we're really pushing June 4th. So this Saturday, all the areas that you can attend is on this website. Texas, San Diego, you can meet Jim Bunch, one of the co-founders of Power, and his wife, Michelle Bunch. So we have tons of good info here, Fresno location. So definitely use this as an opportunity to attend, get training from some of the top leaders, build into it, invite into it, share on social media. It's an absolutely game-changing for your business. And it's all in efforts to promote Power World, right? The 2-day convention coming up in July 15th and 16th in Dallas, Texas. So huge, guys, this Saturday. You really should be attending, inviting, building, texting people that you spoke to once about joining Power, letting them know, hey, whether you're in Power or not, we have a free training this Saturday. Would love to see you there. Would love to attend with you. Would love to grab dinner afterwards. Whatever you have to do to build your business around this event. And for those of you leaders out there that are helping organize or coordinate the June 4th events, there's the leadership call this Thursday at noon Pacific with Bobby and Charles. So if you don't have that information, get with Tom, Rick, or I to attend that training for the leadership. But I'm pumped. Ours is going to be awesome. There's going to be a DJ, smoke, lights, multiple leaders sharing, and you're going to find the same message across the country. And Jonathan Budd even has a special message he recorded for us that will be played at Saturday, June 4th, Power Day event. I think, don't quote me on this, I think there may be a contest, guys, that might be rolled out up until Power World in Dallas. So a lot of exciting stuff here. And I mean, Tom, you could talk on Power World more, but this is going to be the biggest in-person event Power's ever done in its history. There's going to be lightning strikes, announcements, contests announced. You're really going to want to be there for this. You can't afford not to be there to build your business and the motivation, networking, meet the sponsors, meet BNI, meet some of the industry leaders, meet some of the panel manufacturers. We're going to have so many people and sponsors there. It's going to be super exciting.
Yeah, I think the people that get to be there, and the people that choose to be there are going to have an advantage over everyone else, not just in power, but in the industry.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's really the big message today, this Saturday, June 4th, and then Power World and moving into summer. I just can't focus enough on those and the importance of those and how it can build your business, guys. If you want to build a team, if you want to attract people, if you want to look at that as leads, that's the way, that's the game. You can sell them here and just sell and sell a few deals and make 6 figures. That's great. But for those of you that want to take your business to the next level, that's what these events are for and trainings. And a lot of the leaders have done 100 Super Solar Saturdays, right? They grind, they start in a room of 10 people, then 20, then 30, and eventually, we'll have 150 people this Saturday in our Saturday training. So super pumped about that. Should we talk about the net metering?
Yeah, let's everybody be aware of that. Tom, if you could post in the group the link to sign up. In LA this week, we're going to try to get about 5,000 people to the rally down there. Powur's actually getting a bus from corporate. So JB and about 30 of the corporate folks are coming up from San Diego for the rally. Anyone who lives in California, if you can get to the San Francisco event, or if you can get to the LA event, I know that there's a group that are, I think, getting a bus from Sacramento to the San Francisco event. So if you're in that area, there you go. Please try to attend that. And then LA as well. It starts at 10:30 on Thursday. We can kind of coordinate and meet up with J Bud and the crew down there. But it's super important, you guys. We've got this small window of opportunity to really make our voices heard. So it's really important that we all, if we can, attend these events.
Absolutely. Yeah, this Thursday, guys, is a very important rally in LA or San Francisco. And I was wanting to pull up, this is to protect net metering in California, and it sets a precedent across the country. But let me just see if I can pull it up real quickly. Net metering 3.0 is coming in California. Hopefully it won't be as bad as they're proposing, but they are suggesting the value of the credits when you send energy back to drop considerably, 22 to 6 cents. It's ridiculous. Yeah. A fixed $12 charge plus $8 monthly charge per kilowatt. An 8 kilowatt system could have a $64 monthly charge just to have frickin' solar.
Yeah, it's
insane. And they're trying to retroactively change the 20-year grandfather clause to 15 years. So we have to really fight for this. It's really bad. It should not be this bad, but this could take into effect as soon as November. If something passes towards the end of July, it could be 4 months until it's enacted. So this is such a huge call to action. By the end of the year, guys, net metering 3.0 in California could start way worse than what it is now. Buyback periods get way worse. And the tax credit is on schedule to drop 4%. So this is the summer to tell everybody this week, the next few weeks, and we have to fight for this as well. So it's not as severe as what they're proposing.
Yeah, and I've seen in some of the Solar Pros groups that are out there, people suggesting, oh, just get batteries, and then you're okay. But the fees are higher if you have batteries and would apply to what customers self-produce and self-consume. So, it's behind the meter fees as well, not just in front of the meter. So that's, equally concerning.
Yeah, and I think it's important for everybody to realize what happens in California sets a precedent for the rest of the country. So if you're not in California, you don't think it's going to affect you, it potentially could. My belief, knowing what I know, is that we will be victorious, but that doesn't mean that we have to fight now, right? If not now, then when? If not who, then if not us, then who, right? So it's really important we do this now. I think we could defeat it, but it's going to take the effort right now to do that. So please attend the rallies if you can.
And if you visit the website, you can become a member, subscribe, Those are donations. You could make a donation. I made a donation. Powur has made donations of thousands of dollars to be in the President's Club. So this is beyond important. You know, we spent a week with Jonathan Budd, and net metering, California and Texas were on his mind.
Yes, they were.
And saving the panels and making sure we have panels, guys. That was two major stresses in his week. So
we are fighting the good fight on all angles. You know, we're positioned to fight, but fight we must.
yes, he just sat down at breakfast one morning and goes, "Are you ready to go to war?" And I'm like, what the hell is up with this guy?
Right? It was battle cries.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All right.
Now to the good stuff. Let's feel good.
I guess I could chalk it up then, perhaps.
Yeah, please do.
So, you know, a lot of the leaders here, Ubaldo, we'll get him to share in just a second, and then maybe we'll hand it off. But Rick and myself, and we have Francisco Jose from Giving Business Soul and Prosperity Homes, Ubaldo as well, Fermin is here, and all the other leaders. We just got back from Mexico. We built the home out there, work hard, play hard, the first inaugural impact journey, many more impact journeys to come. And Rick and I and Cynthia had this vision, you know, last year, and we made it come to fruition. It was beyond surreal to be out there with the contest winners, building a home, giving back, and then going to just a lavish, luxurious resort. I think Frank called it opulence, just meant for royalty, right? It was nice. And we were wined and dined, and we got to encapsulate and just bring this all together. Let me show a few pictures. And Ubaldo was the contest winner. So I'm just going to show a few pictures from the start of the journey towards the end of it here. And then we'll have Ubaldo share. But this is the family. You could see the wife, the husband, the child that we're building the home for. They're participating in the build itself, helping paint here with Jonathan Budd and Megan from corporate, Irene from corporate. Some of the other neighborhood kids came. There's Jose, and then there's Cammie. You could see her at the migrant camp, which is really rough. And Jeremiah from Prosperity Homes and Cammie just giving food to the migrant camp workers here in really rough conditions, some of the kids that they're playing with. And yeah, just building the home here. You can see the walls going up. There's Charles Thompson and Cynthia Alvidres, Fermin, Zach Haynes, Jonathan Budd helping move the sofa and the couch. And we have a new roofer in town, guys, Jonathan Budd. New approved roofer. There's Cammie cutting the drywall there. And then we visited the orphanage camp. So just amazing memories, putting some solar up, as you can see here. There's my twin brother, Chris. And here we go. The roof did support all of our weight, so good news. We built it structurally sound. And you can see some batteries, an inverter, very basic 2-panel system here. 6 a.m. Cold Ocean Beach Club, doing a plunge, visiting some old family and kids in the area. And then I'll just try to wrap it up here. Zip lining with an amazing lunch with a view that was just spectacular, breathtaking. Got to do some great zip lining. And then stay at this fantastic resort winery where we had a round table with Francisco Jose, Giving Business Soul, just really wrapping up the week, putting words behind it, language behind it that they're going to share right now. So all in all, and then of course a finishing dinner here before driving back across the border. We did not lose anyone in Mexico. Everyone is safe, no one is sick. All people were accounted for. Cammie and team and Jonathan Budd were just truly amazing. So Ubaldo, would you like to do a little share before we hand it off to Frank and Jose?
Sure. Thank you so much, JB, for the opportunity. And first of all, I just want to tell everybody, because we've been meeting via Zoom for I don't know, almost 2 years, right? So you all guys are way better in person than via Zoom. It's unbelievable how amazing you are. So I feel blessed to be part of this group, and I still try to find the right word to describe how I feel. Since the very beginning, when we first met in the parking lot in San Diego until we got there, it was like the energy. You can feel the energy. It's a different energy. I got intoxicated. I got excited. I feel like, oh my God, this is unbelievable. So yeah, with the work hard part was the most excited to me, because we all try to get there and help the family, and basically we work as a team. Okay, so I didn't feel like it was a winner, because there was no number 5, number 1, number 25. So you can see the CEO doing the same thing that everybody else was doing, sanding, picking garbage, doing everything. So that was a really amazing experience. If you mentioned the final part, the peak moment, when I had the luxury of the privilege, I don't know how to call it, to give us the key, to release the key to the homeowner. It was like there was a lot of emotion in my mind, in my brain, to the point that I forgot what I had to say, because I was supposed to speak in Spanish, and I speak in English. So, but I think everybody understood what I was trying to say. I feel blessed to be part of this community, this group, with always with one mission, is help others and giving back. Charity is a good thing. Philanthropy is another good thing. I feel like the family need both, because I have really a long conversation with the entire family, with the husband. He had no family around, nobody, to help him. And he is, kind of struggling, and touched my heart really, really hard. So same thing with the Esperanza, the wife, and they are really good people. They are amazing people. The little kid was a lovely little boy, and enjoying every moment, and he participated, integrated with the whole group. So yeah, I changed the program a little bit, because I was about to release this donation to Jeremiah, Francisco, Jose, Joseph, the whole group, because even I don't think it was appropriate at the moment. I think I don't want to steal the show. I don't want to think that everything was about me, but yes, I have this in my pocket. And,
amazing.
Oh God,
That's big. That's big. Goosebumps, brother. That's awesome. Thank you to you. That's awesome.
So yeah, I also reached out to Roseanne to see how I can sponsor the Uriel. I don't want he miss any medicine. I live for one entire year. That's something that I wanted to do, because, to be honest, guys, I feel like I've been receiving more than I'm giving this company. I feel the way I need to give back, and that makes me feel better, because making money is make you feel good, but when you help somebody that really need, make you feel way better. That's my opinion. I feel blessed to be part. I said before, I said it again. I want to be more involved, and I for sure I'm gonna be there again. I don't know if I'm gonna be in number 1, because maybe allow me to win last week. I don't know. But I'm definitely gonna be there next time. So I appreciate the time, the opportunity for everybody, from Jeremiah, Francisco. Oh my God, Francisco, I really appreciate you. We have this conversation and the way to the house, and yeah, I think I find my the part that was missing in me, the spirituality. That part I need to explore a little bit more, and I hope we work together, because I need help, especially with missing my wife, my mother. That was my reason. I for some reason it's been hard for me to let it go. I'm gonna need your help. So I definitely think that part. So talking about the play hard part, oh my God. I gotta be honest, when I got the key for my room, I got to go back to the front desk. I asked the girl, are you sure this is my room?
Yeah, Ubaldo and I were fortunate to be given with Jonathan Bud what do you even call that? A master suite, living room, family room, fire pit, bedroom, bathroom, tub, lake view. I mean, it probably the nicest room we've stayed in ever, I think.
Yeah, that was amazing. That was amazing. I feel blessed again. I feel really grateful, and I feel like I ask myself, do I deserve all of this? Because I haven't done anything. I just simple guy, and oh my God.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Baldo. That was so heartfelt. Thank you, brother. I think it's safe to say that each one of us that were on the trip, we changed in the course of a week, right? I mean, our true north became a little bit further north, and we all arrived back home slightly different, upgraded versions of the person that left. And that was the intent of the trip. And so we're also elated that it hit home the way that it did. Ubaldo, thank you, brother. You bring back all the emotions.
Yeah, what an amazing trip, Ubaldo. And for Ubaldo to give the keys to the family, and then for him to, right now he's given a big check donation to Prosperity Homes. And for those of you who didn't catch it, the son has medical conditions. So he wants to help the son have medicine for the next year. That's very expensive. And this family only makes $160 a week per adult working in, I think it was a factory or something like that, guys. So this is such amazing work. And I think it's perfect introduction for Francisco and Jose. They are with Giving Business Soul. They help organize and orchestrate this giving back and philanthropy, and did a workshop for us. And it really encapsulates everything they stand for, they live for, getting in flow. So Francisco and Jose, we loved having you on the trip. We'd love to have you teach and drop in a few nuggets why this work is so important, what you guys do.
Beautiful introduction. Thank you, Jonathan. And Ubaldo, thank you for that heartfelt share. And yes, I'm here as an ally, as we spoke about. And for everybody, just thank you for the floor. Thank you for the opportunity. As you can feel, the energy of the week is still very present. For Ubaldo to share in the way that he did, and then Rick to follow right back, there's a real texture when philanthropy takes its, when it embeds itself inside of you. And when it does, and it gets a hold of you, there's a real transformation that it can occur for the entrepreneur. And that's ultimately what Giving Business Soul is really, on the planet doing. It's orienting the entrepreneur to say, hey, these commissions, this business, these revenues, these profits are great. But, if it's not anchored in a higher purpose, we're ultimately missing a big part of the formula. Because if, anybody that's been an entrepreneur for a long time, and you just anchor yourself in, just this idea to grow and grow just to do it, at some point, it just, you become exhausted, fatigued, and you sense that there's something more to this game. And there is. As I like to say, if ambition is rooted in love, is rooted in philanthropy, then have all the ambition you want. But if you're just ambitious just for ambitious sake, you're going to run into a sort of a wall at some point. And that wall is going to be giving you an idea or an indication that there's a different approach. And that's what Giving Business Soul is really here to do. It's really to orient the entrepreneur that there is a different path. And ultimately, it's through the installation of a basic framework. I love being on the trip with everybody, especially Jonathan Budd. Just you guys got such a wise leader and a leader that represents an archetype that Giving Business Soul is bringing forward, of what we call a merchant archetype. Individuals that are actually using business in the service of love, using business as a force for good. But ultimately, he mentioned this frame about like what power really means, personal power. And he gave us that frame. And I'll give you a frame here to, give you a good understanding of ultimately what Giving Business Soul is doing. But, for most of you guys that are on this call, and most of you women on the call, when we come into the earth, we're installed a framework, meaning we're installed a lens to see the world through. And we don't have much of an option. You know, it's just kind of a world view, if you will, that gets placed on us. And that is the Darwinian approach to life. You know, this Darwinian approach to life is that it's a survival of the fittest in this game. And that the game that we're playing is ultimately to try to get to the top of the hierarchy as quickly as possible, because we're told that that's going to give us, you know, success, which ultimately leads to happiness and fulfillment. But anybody that's been on that path for a while now can clearly see that it's an erroneous path. And instead, what we do at Giving Business Soul is we install a different frame. And I think it's a frame that has it's just true. It's just a true frame. And that frame is that we, in fact, are not human beings who are having a spiritual experience, but instead we are spiritual beings first that are having the human incarnation. And when we operate from that frame, you know, the only way to come into a deep sense of satisfaction and fulfillment is that we have to do things that nourish the soul, nourish the spirit, that give us significance. You know, and until we do that, again, and we're just trying to satisfy the material, you become what I call a hungry ghost. You know, we're simply just wanting more and more for more sake, but we never really attain that elusive elixir of fulfillment, because the only way to come into fulfillment is to do those things that nourish the soul. And what we did this week, you know, this last week, is we did things to nourish the soul. We were out in service. And ultimately, if you want to finally come into that place of fulfillment, service is the path to purpose. There's just no other way. You know, it's when you really begin to break down all of this, you know, we're here to alleviate the suffering from our brothers and sisters. And when we do that, that hole that we have inside of the system, inside of the biology, inside of the soul becomes, you know, filled. And all of a sudden, you know, the heart really begins to open. And when the heart opens, you know, there's a different frequency that comes out from you, kind of like that frequency that you just heard from Ubaldo, from Rick, and reminiscing. You know, I feel like Jonathan is a shining example of somebody that has an open heart as well. You know, he's been on these trips now over the last year and a half or so, where he first went on his first one. And as a result of going and seeing the suffering face to face, and, you know, there's something very unique about that. You know, there's a big difference rather than just sending the money into a charity or into a nonprofit organization, but actually taking your money and going yourself to go and see that. It just opens the heart. And when the heart opens, this is the secret of secrets, I feel, especially for the entrepreneur, that business just starts to flow much more naturally. You know, it's organic in nature. It's just like, it's a magnetic force in the universe when that heart is open. This is why I feel like, you know, depending on your faith, but Jesus always held an open heart, you know, and I feel like that's the great human treasure, to have that open heart. And what did he do? He was out with the sick and the poor. And I think it's an archetypal clue of what we should be doing as entrepreneurs, to go out and be in service. And what I've known to be true in my own life, you know, I established a mortgage company with these principles, and it's completely shifted my reality. It's brought together the most beautiful organization. It's brought together the most beautiful amount of friends and allies that are doing this great work together, you know. And as, you know, Rick put it, it's just like, we all have a true north. And when we have a true north as an entrepreneur, it's like we can set our eyes there and just begin the process of working towards it. And through that, just so much beauty comes into your life. So I just wanted to share that basic little essence of what we captured on the week. And in addition, obviously, we talked a lot about flow. We demonstrated to everybody there through breath work. And you know, if you were on the call early on, we experienced something that you call flow, but we experienced it in a group. And when you experience it in a group like that, this is called communitas. And it's actually scientifically proven, where we just get much more creative. We get much more productive. I mean, we were able to build a home in 48 hours, and we just did, you know, most people didn't even know how to swing a hammer correctly. And yet it got done. And that is the power of flow. And that's another thing that we are teaching at Giving Business Soul is about how do you get yourself into these heightened states where we can operate and work our business from that essence to create, again, a magnetism and a higher level of production so that we can continue to give back in a big and great way. So, so I think to end my portion here, just thank you, Jonathan, Rick, Cynthia, for spearheading it. And as you can tell from everybody that was on there in the post and everything that's everyone sharing, this is the inaugural group. And I feel like we opened up a delta now into Powur, where philanthropy is going to really begin to make its way. And this is somewhat of a just to share it, but also an invitation to look at philanthropy as a way of doing business, as philanthropy as a modus operandi. Philanthropy meaning the love of humanity. And when we begin to, again, embed that in our being as an entrepreneur, in the way that we show up in our work and in the world, we become reference points. And what we feel like Giving Business Soul is that the world just needs more Jonathans, more Ricks, more Cynthias, more Jonathan Buds, for people to go, that's a better approach. These guys are leading from the front. Not only are they, materially successful, but they're spiritually successful, and that combination is the combination I think that we're all looking for. So thank you so much for the opportunity and for allowing me to lead from the front. So thank you, guys.
Yeah. And if I'd like to have an opportunity here to share as well. Hello, everyone. My name is Jose. I'm a executive director at Giving Business Soul. And yeah, I just want to also start off by saying thank you to Cynthia, Jonathan, Rick, Ubaldo, Tom for the platform, Chris, just for the opportunity to kind of be here and to share with you all the work that we're doing. The Build with Prosperity Homes. Prosperity Homes is the nonprofit that allows us, is the vehicle that allows us to do this work, to go out to Ensenada, to build a home in 3 days, to experience this communitas. There's something that's truly surreal. And so grateful to have the opportunity to share with such a large group of individuals, 25 people who have never done work like this, and to come out the other side of the experience, feeling that there was something tangible that they're taking away, and for me, in Giving Business Soul, I've been doing this work for about 3.5 years now, going out to Ensenada. What I feel that the work that we're doing at Giving Business Soul is really carving out a path that is showing the entrepreneurs that philanthropy is logically valid. That service to humanity is something that can be truly fulfilling, not only for ourselves, but that creates equilibrium in our business. Because we are climbing heights, we are generating tons of revenue, and sometimes it's like, where does all that money go? Sometimes it gets locked up, it gets stagnates, in a bank account that's not really doing anything. But when we learn to open our hearts and to truly put it into action, we can have a tremendous impact on the lives of others. This is that service quality that Francisco is speaking to. It seems to me that God is continuing to show me and confirm to me that the work that we're doing is kind of ready and open for the masses. And this aspect of finding a higher purpose for what we're doing in the world. And I feel like for many of you, you should just recognize that your leadership, after spending the last 5 days last week with the top 25 people in your organization, you can really feel how in alignment everyone is. This organization is really going for impact. It's really going for change. And just the work itself from last week, I think, is the beginning of something big. All of you should be very much motivated and inspired to succeed in your businesses, because you'll know that what the success that you're able to accomplish, not only for yourselves, but for the organization as a whole, is going to have a greater impact on humanity. And again, as I mentioned a moment ago, this for me is, it just gives me a lot of confirmation for the work that we do. And if anybody's wondering exactly what Giving Business Soul does, we're essentially a consulting agency. We're here to activate entrepreneurs to wake up and realize that there's work to do here on earth, that there's people to help, and that our businesses are an incredible vehicle at allowing us to do that. to do that with people that we enjoy being around, to be in service. When you come out, whenever you join the next Prosperity Homes Build with Powur, you're going to be able to meet incredible people who are doing something amazing with their lives. You can feel the passion coming through their heart. And that's what Giving Business Soul is here to do, is to orient people towards that path, provide them the tools, the language, the resources they need to feel this tangibility in their heart, that there's a reason that we're alive. There's a reason for us to be here. There's a reason for us to succeed in business. And it's not solely for financial gain, but really it is to have an impact that's going to outlast us, And so I highly, highly encourage all of you, if you'd like to stay connected, I'll drop a link here in a second where you can stay connected with Giving Business Soul. I encourage you to follow Prosperity Homes on Instagram. And, we facilitate breathwork every Monday. If you want to join us for a breathwork practice next week at 9 a.m., we facilitate breathwork for the entire community. This is for you to get a taste of flow, what it feels like to feel at your absolute best. I think sometimes we get stuck in those emotions, or we're overthinking, the work week. When you start your week with breath work, you get to clear all those emotions and start with a fresh slate, and you'll feel it in your body. All you got to, you'll see the power, that you're sitting on in your breath, And so I encourage you guys to connect with us in that way. We even have a small little course on flow if you want to learn about it. And for those of you who really kind of want to go all the way, Francisco and I, we do a coaching program. We have our next program starting on the 29th of this month, where we essentially walk entrepreneurs through 9 principles of embodied entrepreneurship. Things such as emotional intelligence, discipline as a daily devotion, learning the art of divine timing, the law of least effort sort of thing. And it's just really to kind of create harmony in your business and to bring a well-rounded perspective on what it means to both be philanthropic in your endeavors, but also successful in your business, and to merge these as again, to be in harmony, to be in balance, in equilibrium. And so we're doing amazing things, and I hope that you can sense and you can feel it, And really our work here now is just to find the others, find more individuals like your leadership that are seeing that there's something really, there's something real happening here. There's a movement occurring, and there's a limited window of opportunity, limited in the sense that we have like 10 to 20 years to really start getting people's attention so that we can move people towards a future that is going to be much more beautiful than that which is predicted that we're on. So we're looking for people who are, ready to take on a new caliber of leadership. So please connect with us, reach out to the leaders of your organization here, and go do good work. Go do good work. So thank you. Appreciate the space again, and much love.
Thank you. Thank you, Jose, Francisco. Super appreciate it. I just want to put those few links in the chat here, and I think Jose will too, but Giving Business Soul and also the Breathwork Monday and their Instagram account. And like Jose said, they have a starter activation course. You get a breathwork, flow, blueprint, some good little hacks and techniques. And I've been following this group, guys, for probably 3 to 4 years now. And a lot of this sounded foreign. And I started breathwork 3-4 years ago, and cold showers a couple years ago. And it, for a lot of you, that might have all sounded a little out there. But philanthropy, getting in flow, that daily discipline, those calluses on the brain, like translate into business and more fulfillment. So if you follow this community, follow what they do, follow Rick and I mean, it'll lead you to a place of fulfillment, giving back, and money. And Cami, guys, says selfish giving. So there's a link here of resources that I put. I'll put it one more time. We made some slides you can put into your homeowner slide deck. I mean, think of it like this: selfish giving. You can attract and recruit other team members with this. This is very attractive. When you show other potential teammates, hey, you should join us. This is what we do. Check out these photos. You think they're going to be more likely to join your team and show up differently versus those other guys that are attracted by, the showing off and maybe things like that. So use it wisely, use it for homeowner presentations, use it when recruiting. I mean, this is amazing stuff. So yeah, Rick, anything to add?
Yeah, I think, it just shows that our company, we're so blessed to be at a company that has a just different energy signature. That's what attracted me at the beginning to Powur. I've been in solar for 14 years. Tom and I can attest to this. We have the saying, Powur put the soul back in solar. And now 2 years into it, really leaning into it and watching that aspect of Powur just blossom and become even more and more heart-centered, mission-driven. There's nothing like it. Like I couldn't even fathom selling solar for another company. Like it would just feel so hollow and so empty. Because what we have here is it's bigger, it's a mission, right? And we all feel it. And I think for a lot of us that went down to Mexico, we felt it in real time. That's why we got so emotional. We're still very emotional about it. We were able to kind of have this tangible experience of what we all felt. So yeah, I just feel incredibly blessed to be part of an organization that promotes this type of energy, this type of culture. And so the other thing I wanted to do is, I know that there's a bunch of people that are on this call that were also in the build, and I'd love to hear if you guys could share some of your experiences, your takeaways. I know Larry, Cynthia, Zach, Fermin, if you guys want to kind of give a minute or two of what your experience was, that'd be much appreciated as well. Anybody? Fermin, I know we want to hear from Fermin, everyone's favorite.
No, guys, I cannot talk after Ubaldo, definitely. No, he's number one. So hi to everybody. I'm so proud to be here. And even in the last week, I was trying to express my feelings during the whole week, and I didn't do. So it's so hard. It was a shock, but it's really. So try to imagine if it was hard for Ubaldo doing in English, try to imagine express your feelings in another language. But it was really, I don't have the exactly word, but was, I guess it's fulfillment for me. I'm an entrepreneur, and I was looking for an opportunity here in the US because I was working the last 3 years by myself here from my home, and sometimes from the office, but I was feeling really empty. So just helping some homeowners and doing business, but that's it. At the end of the day, so I was just selling solar panels. And I made a really short video, like 30 seconds, like a joke with Cami in the zip line. I share with Larry for a couple of minutes. And it was something like, I thought staying Powur was about selling solar panels. And here we are. And that's it. And it was shocking, but it was really, really, really deep experience. So the last thing I want to say, it's like, I hope, so the next time I want to be there for sure, definitely. But I guess it's really fair. So Powur can give this opportunity I already took for many, many, many people. So it was one of the experience I will remember my whole life. I am so sure. So thank you so much for you. And sorry again for my horrible English. And it was like a really nice week to practice a little bit. And thank you so much for your patience, because that's talk about you too. So people really respectful, with a lot of respect, a lot of patience. And so that's speak really good from every family Powur, or everyone's was there. So thank you so much for everyone.
I want to say something. For me, first off, you are always apologizing for speaking, but you're the best speaker, and you were the best speaker there. He just delivers gold nuggets all the time. I'll share with you guys that I've been with Prosperity Homes. I've gone with them on a few home builds. I know some of you guys know that. And so I love them. I adore them. And they feel just like family. If I had to describe it. It's just like our Powur family. Our culture is so similar. So it just makes sense that we partnered together. I feel at home when I'm with Prosperity Homes and Giving Business Soul with Francisco and Jose and everyone at the Legacy office, even in that building where they work. And Powur is very much the same way. So them two coming together just makes perfect sense. Yeah, and it was a really beautiful thing. So having gone a few times already, Jonathan Budd even said, I thought this was going to be a shit show, right? Like all these new people showing up, they haven't built a house before. And I went with the intention of, oh man, I need to work so hard just so that I can like try to pull my weight because we have all these new people. But it's so funny that everyone went and you can tell they're just top achievers at whatever they do because they picked up a nail, hammer, maybe for the first time. And they built that house so smoothly, you would have never guessed that they have never built a house before. It was just so smooth and so cool to see, like, yeah, man, like all of these people, that's why they're the top people in Powur. But like Fermin said, we would love to see more people go and experience it because to be honest with you guys, we did not expect Powur to do everything that they did for us on this trip. They really played it down in the way they advertised it. We were absolutely blown away. It was straight freaking luxury after Prosperity Homes and the build and Giving Business Soul. That was enough for us. That was such a rewarding piece of the trip. And then to be wined and dined and taken to this like incredible lunch spot, incredible dinners, to have like extravagant hotels, like it was so not necessary, but that's why it was so appreciated, right? Because most companies, what do? They'll put you up in like a semi-nice hotel. Here you go. Here's a nice hotel. We did it for you. Congratulations. But you can tell that Cami and Jonathan Budd and the team, they really, really go above and beyond to make sure that they blew us away. They wanted to make sure that they just blew our minds, and they did. So definitely kick it up, you guys, for the next contest. Make sure you make it there because they said that they're going to one up this trip the next time. So it's just going to keep getting better and better. So you're not going to want to miss it. Thanks, everyone.
Hey, Rick.
Yeah.
Larry.
Hey, first off, I want to thank you guys for having me. And one of the things, it's a huge takeaway, and it's really hard to describe, that when you do something for someone else like that, I mean, it really sets things into a gratitude mode, and you really appreciate all the things that you have in this world that are good. And by doing something like that, it's just like the cherry on top of the cake to be able to help people like that. I guarantee you those people will never, ever forget what happened during those 3 days. Thank you guys for having me.
Larry, thank you. Zach, you want to speak as well?
Yeah, hey guys, just want to throw in a quick little nugget there. You know, a lot of us, we get so caught up with our day-to-day lives and our families and just what we have going on, a routine. And we have the idea that, hey, we do want to give back and we do want to either go help out a homeless shelter or food bank or maybe a trip like this. And I'm speaking for myself. And it's just something I just never actually did. And I was blessed to actually be one of the contestants that made it on this journey. And when people are saying how life-changing it was, I couldn't agree more. Being able to give back and to a family that was in such need was so fulfilling, and just seeing the conditions they were in and how they just made do and were still so happy with so little that they had was just a breath of fresh air. And it reminds me that, when you come from a place of service, you really don't work a day in your life. That was a nugget that I have to say my mom taught me as a young entrepreneur, 15, 20 years ago. And I think if we all remember to come from a place of service when we're presenting in business, that, hey, we are helping these families with solar. We are helping these families save money. As Francisco was saying, that is coming. That is going to 10x your business just organically. And I just wanted to say, don't hesitate when it comes to doing things like this, giving back, because I hesitated and I wish I didn't. And it unlocked something in me that I'm not very emotional externally person. I keep most of my emotions on the inside. But it got me at least 3 times on this trip where I started at least tearing up or crying. And that's just not me usually. So I just want to say thank you again to everybody, Jonathan, Bud, Francisco, and everybody that we had the experience with. It was truly life-changing, and I'll keep you guys all in my heart forever.
Awesome. Thank you, Zach. And Zach, and I think everyone really took away a lot from the breath work, guys. So the flowmondays.com. Give the breath work a try and see what it's all about. It's just a meditation, mindfulness experience. But man, every leader, including Jonathan Budd, released some emotions. I know he was shaking a little bit. He said the 2-1 breath that they do really released and unlocked more for him than any other breath works that he's done. So give it a shot if that's calling to you. flowmondays.com. Any other shares regarding the trip? I think we could kind of close this portion up then. Frank and Jose and your team and all you guys do for us in this build, masterclass workshops, the breath work that you offer free of charge. Can't wait to see you again soon and do some more builds and impact journeys. Thank you, gentlemen. Tom, should we go ahead and you want to touch on the masterclass next week, next Wednesday? Sure. And do some last minute announcements here?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Tomorrow, June 1st, is the Breakthrough Mastermind with Powur.live for those of you who are members. And then next week.
Oh, sorry.
Next week, June 8th, is the Masterclass Immersive and also the CEO Talk with Jonathan Budd. The topic for next week, June 8th, is overcoming objections. So that's going to be a hugely, popular topic and a great resource that we'll have after that as well. So if you're not a part of Powur.live, make sure that you jump into Powur Pioneers around 11:30-ish, Pacific time that morning, so that you can watch Jonathan Budd's talk as well. Anything else, Jonathan?
No, I think this Saturday is the huge push. I'm just going to put the link one more time. If you want to share the video, the generic video or the Los Angeles video, give a quick download to one of those, post it all over social media, text it to every potential consultant lead you've ever talked to, invite them to this event. This is just a way to build your business, a free one-day training across the country, guys. You imagine thousands of consultants training the entire country for free on solar and going on social media. Can you imagine all the solar companies are going to look at that and see that value and see that energy? They already are thinking higher and higher of Powur. So I'm excited for this Saturday. I can't wait to see you guys. So make sure to share that. I think that's really it. This Saturday, leading up until Powur World, there may be a contest. There's a special announcement next week. Tom, what are we looking at for training? Maybe some back to the basics?
Back to basics next week, I think, is what we're doing.
Did
yeah,
we
guys.
talk about June 2nd and the rallies going on for June 2nd?
Rick touched on that earlier. This Thursday, it's in the newsletter. Powur's busing 40 people to the LA event or try to attend the San Fran event. Lots of info in the newsletter, donate, all that good stuff. Yeah.
Tom just reposted the link. So just a reminder, anyone who's going, try to sign up ahead of time so Kelsey gets an accurate head count. That's kind of important as well for the media. So there's a link in the chat that Tom sent.
Yeah, and one last thing for Powur World, I think today is the last day to get your ticket for $150. So powurconvention.com and get your ticket before they go up in price or before they sell out.
Absolutely. A lot of great stuff to come. Can't wait to see you guys this Saturday and Tuesday next week. What an amazing journey we went on. Rick, Cynthia, Zach, Chris, Frank, Jose. I mean, can't wait to see the video and the content that's going to come from that, and have more tools and resources to share this with the solar industry and all industries. So that's all I got.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Jonathan. Thank
guys.
you, Rick,
Thank
Jose,
you, John.
Francisco, all of the play hard, work hard contestant winners. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Much love,
Bye,
everyone.
everyone.
Thank you.
Much love. Have a great
Yeah.
night.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, you
Love
guys.
all.
Thank you very much.